I'm curious to get your early thoughts on this stimulus package that's being floated at the moment. We don't have any details, but when you take a look at the state of growth in Japan at the moment, do you think a stimulus package is needed?
Yes, I think Japan is a package for promotion of growth. Well, the Prime Minister emphasizes measures to control energy prices. That is good for short-term economic cycles. But we must also notice that it will disturb structural changes of Japan's economy, which is necessary in the long run. For example, changes toward a more energy-saving economy and a greener society. And the government focuses on wage increases, it's okay, but we need to raise productivity growth for the wage increase to be sustained for longer years. So I think the most important part of the policy package is the third one, promotion of the investment for growth, such as strengthening energy infrastructures, strengthening medical care systems, promoting human capital investment, and investment for digitalization. But so far, Prime Minister Kishida has not shown concrete plans. I hope he will deliver more specific ideas on what he's going to do in his speech at the Diet today.
I'm just going to jump in and bring some breaking news to our viewers at the moment. The Brazilian election is headed to a runoff with Lula da Silva and Jair Bolsonaro headed to that runoff election to take place on October 30th. We knew that if neither candidate managed to get over 50% of that vote, that the runoff would happen. We have really seen that dead heat in the Brazil election and the counting, that at last count we saw 47% for Lula da Silva, Bolsonaro at 44%, with about 89% of votes tallied in Brazil. Initially, we did see that strength of the Bolsonaro base, but we did see Lula da Silva, the former leader, really coming back and closing that gap. But it looks like we are now heading on October 30th for that runoff. Seisaku, let me get back to the topic at hand. When you take a look at what I think could be described as a policy misstep and the market reaction in the UK from the fiscal stimulus package, what are the lessons that Japanese policymakers would want to learn and avoid at this point?
Well, I think there is so much political instability in the UK, and the Japanese government has to make sure that they need to care about the fiscal sustainability in the long run either, as well, when they plans to spend public spending.
Seisaku, this is David here. I just want to get your thoughts too on, I mean, broadly speaking, we've heard direct intervention, of course, out of the BOJ when it comes to the Japanese currency. I'm wondering, as a former chief economist there, what do you think they're thinking when they look at the pace of this and thinking, too, that this is not a sustainable solution?
Well, I think the Forex intervention is effective only as a temporary tool to restrain too quick moves in the foreign exchange market. So it cannot reverse the trend itself, the trend of strong dollar and a weaker yen, given a huge gap still exists in the interest rates between US and Japan.
Seisaku, let me just jump in here. We're just getting some breaking news. I mean, you're probably familiar with the survey. The Tankan survey is out right now, just to break this to our viewers here. So large manufacturers, 8, the estimate was 10. I know those numbers just alone themselves don't make a lot of sense, but just relatively speaking is what we're looking at here. Small businesses, -5. The estimate was our -4. Also, not as good as expectations here. We're also looking at non-manufacturer. Tankan is at 11. That's also a big miss from 15. Seisaku, let me bring you back in. Just looking at broadly at these headlines and seeing corporate Japan and the confidence not being there, what is needed? What does the BOJ need to do? And is this under their control?
Well, I think the Japanese economy will continue to recover for this year and next year, although its pace will be slower than previously expected. I think the BOJ will not change its monetary policy stance, ultra monetary easing stance, at least for the by the end of this fiscal year. I think Japan's potential growth is still very low, less than 1%. So I think that the BOJ should keep low interest rates in the domestic market and a possible policy change could be in the next fiscal year after deputy governor and governor changes, and also the U.S. Fed's monetary tightening after the U.S. monetary tightening ends.